So good afternoon and welcome to our Schoolboy international match here live in Stafford. On ESFA TV, powered by Utilita. It's England versus Australia. As you see, the two teams are lined up in front of us for what should be a pretty competitive match out there today. Both teams have come into this match with some great form. As you see, the dignitaries there are just going along the lines. And while they do that, let's have a check of the two teams. Here's the England Schools team with Haddo in goal, Lysett, Warren, Duffy and Blenko, Bernal, Johnston, Mpongo, Santos, Oleinka and Garb, with Richie Alderson, who we spoke to a little bit earlier. We'll have a listen to them very shortly. Here's the Australian Schools team. They've coming towards the end of their 2 weeks tour. We caught up with both coaches a little bit earlier on, and this is what they had to say.
Australia under-18 Schoolboys manager Tony Oliveira. Tony, you've been in the UK now for about 2 weeks. How's the tour been going?
Yeah, pretty hectic schedule. The boys are really experiencing what it's like to be a professional footballer here in, or abroad, should I say. You know, game one day, travel next day, game again, and look, they're a little bit tired coming towards the end of the second week into the third week, but that's what the experience is all about. It's the main purpose of this tour.
Like you said there, you've played quite a lot of games. Like you said there, you've played quite a lot of games. How have they been going? Yeah,
pretty good. We had a couple of draws against the Welsh. Ireland, some close losses there by 1 goal. We had a good result against Scotland. And a game against Fleetwood Town last night where the boys scored a few goals.
And what's the mood like in the camp coming into this game? Are the lads feeling confident?
This is one we've been looking forward to. They're really pumped in the change rooms. They know this is the rivalry we've always had, the Aussies versus the Poms, as they say. And I'm pretty certain that it's going to be a great game.
What kind of style of play will you be looking to utilise in the game today?
Well, what we've been doing throughout the tour. Possession football with some quick counter-attacks and sticking it to the opponent, whoever they may be.
And obviously with the 3G pitch today, you think the pitch will suit your style of play?
We actually had our training camp for 2 days before we left on tour on synthetic, knowing that we were going to play this game on synthetic and some of the others. So the boys are very used to synthetic pitches over in Australia.
Okay, thank you very much, and hope you enjoy the rest of your tour.
Thank you very much. Thanks for good best wishes.
Okay, so I'm here with the England under-18 Schoolboys manager, Richie Alderson. After that 4-1 win against the RAF, how's the mood amongst the players, Richie?
Yeah, it's very good. It was a really good game. You know, first of all, the performance was very good in the second half. I would say that, you know, in terms of the first game, we scored 4 goals, which is always a positive. Defensively strong, conceding the first 5-10 minutes, but you know, we always get a good game against the RAF, especially physically, but technically I think we certainly, you know, outshone them in the second half, and it was a good performance and a great result, so good start.
And how are the lads feeling coming into this game after that win?
It's always good to, you know, keep the momentum going, the belief, the confidence, and I just think that the lads really have come together as a good group of lads, and you know, like any game that you go into, you've got to be full of confidence, and it's been a good start. So.
And what exactly did the lads do well in that game that you're going to look to bring forward into this game as well?
I think it's, compared to last year, we seem to have more creativity in the final third, which is you know, which is very important, because defensively I think, you know, again we look strong, but you know, we need to score goals, which is very important, you know, especially when we come up against the likes of Northern Ireland. You know, away from home, we do need to score goals, but certainly midfield and going forward, strong. Playing through the thirds, we've got width, you know, so I'm really positive about the squad that we've got. You know, that obviously we need to perform today in front of Australia, which is always a good test. So.
So how would you describe your style of play? Would you say it's more quick-paced, or is it more of a slow possession-based game?
No, I think my teams like to play through the thirds, in particular get the ball out wide, crosses, shots, clever play in the final third. That's the way we want to play today. You know, but it's not always the case. You might have to turn them, especially against the RAF. They played quite a high line, to be fair, so there was space behind, and we've got one or two players who are really quick and direct, so obviously that's a weapon to use.
And how important would you say these games are, looking ahead to obviously the competitive games in the Senior Shield? How important are these games to build like team chemistry and stuff?
Yeah. Well, I'm always a big believer in, you know, social, getting these lads together at every opportunity. You know, they're really mixing well. Same as last year. We had a special group of lads last year who've got on really well, and I feel I've got a good feeling about these lads as well. So, which is very important in terms of team spirit, playing together as a team. Yeah, I just think that you know, these one games are very important because the RAF was a different test against their 23s who tend to be very physical, fit lads who, you know, maybe just want to put a foot in now and then. Today is a different test. Technically, they're a good team. I remember last year they had 2 or 3 midfielders who were really good players, who were playing at a good standard. So, a different test altogether today. And you know, when we play the Centenary Shield games, we need to come up against these sort of teams. So, it's good.
Thanks for your time, Richie, and good luck with the game.
Thank you.
Well, great to chat to both coaches beforehand, and we've not missed anything here. We've we've missed some very important pre-match ceremonies in terms of national anthems, and also it was lovely to see a minute's silence, which was towards the obviously horrible fires that we've been seeing in Australia, and loss of life, both human and natural. And these are the two teams lining up here. We've just looked very quickly at the two teams. Here's a chance to quickly take in the substitutes. The Aussies have come through the 2 weeks in the Northern Hemisphere fairly unscathed. They've got a full strength squad here. Usually on these sort of tours there's a couple of players that pick up knocks, but everyone is ready. And as you heard earlier, they're very, very keen on this match to put one over the Poms. And this match has always got a little bit of extra zest about it. Both teams come into this in strong form as well. England having beaten the RAF under-23 team, which is no mean feat at all. Very fit bunch of lads who take their football very seriously. And Australia also have had, they actually put a team out yesterday, which is quite amazing. You hear about Premier League managers complaining about teams playing too many matches in a short time frame. Well, here we are. They played last night against a Fleetwood Town team. Obviously not their first team because they're playing today against Bristol Rovers in professional football, but it was their reserve setup, and they ran out 8-1 winners. So I think a few of their forwards might be going into this match a little bit confident and a little bit cocky that they've got their eyes set on goals. And England, well, here we are. They're just lining up for a match. A little photo here. Lovely shot here from our ground level camera. Mr. Photography 365. He's an ever present. He was here before we were here. We just realised this is 5 years that our 24/7 TV webcasting company and TV company have been covering these matches. It was 5 years ago. This pitch wasn't an AstroTurf back then, and Australia, I think it was a 1-0 win, and I remember there was a central midfielder for Australia who was absolutely superb. I was trying to find out his name and I couldn't look it up in time, which is a real shame, but here we are. We are away, and England in the white, of course, kicking from right to left. And welcome on board. We're live on YouTube and Facebook here on ESFA TV, powered by Utilita. And of course, always a little bit different playing on AstroTurf, just turns like that you saw. But always great to see that the ESFA, the schools TV season getting underway. Of course, England have got the Centenary Shield coming up fairly shortly. And Australia, they'll be home on a plane fairly shortly. I think they've got one more match against the colleges, England colleges. That's a lovely ball down the line. There's a chance at the back post and just tucked away there. Good play there from England, but Australia, first serious attack of the match. England come away on the counter-attack. That was Kenyatta Bernal from Cheshire, number 7 for England. Here's Olayinka on the ball, who's quite a tall left side midfield figure. Just getting used to all these positions. Here's Olayinka again. Plays the ball nicely down the line. England just a little bit crowded out there by Australians. Here's Mpongo. And a slide tackle, and that's going to be a goal kick. Well, bright start from both teams. As I said earlier, obviously Australia very buoyed up, having scored 8 goals in a competitive match last night on Fleetwood's AstroTurf. Apologies if we had a little rush start this earlier on. We were reliably informed that the kickoff was going to be 2:30, but unfortunately we were informed by somebody who didn't know. So we were a little bit rushed getting out here, but here's Hodgson. A lot of the Australian players from the New South Wales area. And well, the England players representing all up and down the country. So risky ball back to the goalkeeper. He's got to be careful there. Just managed to clear it with a toe poke in the end. And Australia's chasing down. Works out well. England played a ball over the top. Managed to he's kept it in beautifully. Here's cross inside. Here's Mpongo. Exceptional little play up on that right wing there. And England go back, and that's a terrible ball. Well, 1 Australian against 4 English players. Australia number 7 isn't on my team sheet, so I don't know who that is. It's Jordan Metcalf, I believe. He wasn't in the team list. Healthy crowd here just below us, filling the stand where the cameras are based. There's a few have spilled over to the other side as well. And of course, as you see, with this netting we have around the pitch, this is being a 3G. It's happening a lot in Northern Europe where clubs are having 4G installed and putting netting all around the pitch and using it within the community so that people can play football, and of course the nets to stop the balls rolling away forever. If somebody has a shot on goal and misses, the net keeps it fairly close. Olayinka. There's Blenko. Good play there from England number 3, Lysett. Actually from Staffordshire, he's the local man here. He's probably played on this pitch at some stage during his short career. Good start from both teams. You can see that both wanting to play football, which is always good. And offside. Well, there's plenty of action to come up on the ESFA TV, powered by Utilita, over the next 4 or 5 months. All the major finals, Centenary Shield, PlayStation Schools Cup. It's always one of the highlights of our years, covering some of these incredible matches. And we have seen some superb games. Australia tending to want to attack a little bit more down the left-hand side. England break that one up. Here's Bernal. Broken up there. And Australia tend to sort of attack down the right a little bit. We've seen. We don't have a statistics package, but I'm sure there's a little clip ball over the top from Nathan Grimaldi. Grimaldi from the Hills Sports High School in New South Wales. Interesting listening to Richie Alderson a little bit earlier that he's a lot happier with this England team. Last year or two, been a little bit in the doldrums, just had trouble scoring. And a team that's been the perennial Centenary Shield winners. It's Olayinka just getting a little bit frustrated there. He saw nice space to run into if he could have just played that ball into the corner. But England's trouble in front of goals has been their downfall. But a 4-1 win against the RAF under-23 team. And great to see both teams really do want to pass the ball around and play football, but that one's come to nothing. Here's Connor Rose, who's been up front on his own a lot. Lovely ball from Rose. Played across. That was Jackson Brown with the foot in, and there was some interest in around the penalty spot there for Australia. There's the coaching sidelines crowding away. Decent crowd as well, as you can see. Back to the play. Here's Kostopoulos, number 13 for Australia. Again, they're looking to play it down the right-hand side. They seem to have got an extra man on this right-hand side from time to time. Whether it's Olayinka is just pulling a little bit further inside. It'll be an interesting to see how that one develops. Must give a little thanks to the Stafford ground staff here, who have been doing a fair job clearing all the nets out the way. We can't get rid of them totally, of course, as you can see, as these nets are a little bit in. Well, looks like we're going to have an early substitution here. I think I may have put the commentator's curse, saying that Australia have been here for 2 weeks and not a single injury. And here's number 11, Jack Berthe, who, I'm not sure what it is. It is a hamstring or something. He's certainly not looking too happy, and the Australians have decided to withdraw him. And number 7 is going to come on, Jordan Metcalf. Here's the ball swung in. The goalkeeper's under a heavy challenge there. Back to the action. Australia looking threatening in goal, in front of goal. It's certainly a little bit more threatening than England have been so far in this match. And that's was a loose ball as well, but picked up by the England goalkeeper, Taylor Haddow, who's from Bedfordshire. So 12 minutes on the clock. Pretty even so far. Australia have had a couple of half chances, but nothing serious. Now the goalkeeper's been brought into a save. There's Alexander Bonetig, doesn't get the clearance in. And that's through to the Australian goalkeeper, Luke Janua. Australia like playing this ball over the top into that gap, and Hadrow's had to come out to clear. Does well there. And the referee gives a free kick. Brad Santos from Sussex, just failing to keep the ball in there in the corner of the pitch. It's one of those sort of damp, sort of muggy days out there. It's not warm, it's not cold. A little bit dampness in the air, but not raining. Certainly remember 5 years ago when this match took place, there was some real heavy rain going on, and it really. We also had. And then the following day, it was freezing cold, and the ball given away there. Shot from distance from Ross Johnston, the captain from Gloucester. So yeah, it was actually the pitch ended up quite solid. With there was a real doubt whether it was going to go on, and I think if it had been a normal game, the match would have been called off. But the fact that one of the teams had come 12,000 miles to play. It was quite a strange game, but it was one where there wasn't many slide tackles, and certainly people were very careful on the pitch itself as the cold came down, and the pitch just got more and more frozen as the game went on. None of that here today, especially not on the Astro. Maybe not so many slide tackles, of course, but a lot of good football being played. Commentator's curse there again. If you follow my commentary throughout, I do have a habit of doing that. Caleb Jackson-Brown there, just a heavy foot putting the ball straight out of play. Here's Ola Yinka. Always looks to be somebody who's trying to get on the front foot and push on. That's Lysett. Garb from Merseyside. Merseyside, one of the perennial finalists in county level football at schools level. Only Garb, actually, only Lucas Garb, the number 18, actually in the England squad from Merseyside. Is Olayinka is from Greater Manchester. Two real strong areas of football in England. Nice play here from Australia. Kostopoulos, who's playing that sort of defensive midfield role. And again, Australia trying a longer ball down the right-hand side. They've definitely seen something down there. They're trying to play that ball over the top, and as you can see, Olayinka's just maybe trying to reorganise a few bits and pieces there. They're seeing that he's possibly pushing up, leaving a little gap behind him. That ball apparently never went in, so attempt number 2 from Olayinka. Not the best driver in the world, but recovered well by Ethan Warren from Norfolk. There's Garb. Tall centre half. Johnston. Ross Johnston has just got the playmaker role in midfield. Josh dropped back a little bit there. He's doing a lot of running in and around that centre line. As you see, he's just coming in short for the ball again. Played down the line. Here's Mpongo from Hampshire. Well, that was a loose ball back. He was not really going anywhere with that ball. And Australia win possession back. So far, Australia's long ball tactic just not really paying off for them. They're just being a little bit overhit. It's 2 or 3 balls in the last minute and a half or so that's just been given away to the opposition. Nice football from England. Olayinka got loads of space down here on the left, but England decide to change. Back to Johnston. Ethan Warren. Here's Olayinka. Now there's pressure on him as soon as he gets the ball. Good pressure there from Jay McGowan. Okay, another loose ball just given away midfield. And this time, a lovely ball there from Nathan Grimaldi. Just sort of feinted the long ball and then tried to go short, but well cut out there by the England defence. Just hearing you can just hear the Australian coaches calling for movement. I don't know which of these players actually played last night, but obviously an 8-1 victory against a Fleetwood academy team is well, it's always obviously they're not going to be any dummies. There's no doubt about that. The Fleetwood academy will be some decent players in there who will be seeing some football league experience at some stage during the season. And wow, for Australia to win 8-1 is hugely impressive. Just wonder if they may regret that towards the second half of this match. Some of the legs start running a little bit dry. Australia again going for that longer ball. This time it's come off well. When the ball is good, Australia do get the opportunity. And England playing a high line That ball just going over the bar there, but there are some opportunities here on this right-hand side. Coming up to the halfway mark in this first half. England 0, Australia 0 in this under-18 Schoolboy International. Well, England only got 2 players pushing up there, very happy to let Australia just pass the ball around. They're not going to score from there, are they? Nice little 1-2, good little play here from the Aussie team. Got 2 in the box. Finds an England foot with the cross. Good bit of patience being shown by Australia. Hodgson is free on the right, but Christopoulos turns, goes back left again. Again, looking for this sort of cross-field ball that we've seen Australia play quite a few times, but this time goes alone. Let's change it a little bit. And throw in as Alex Bonetig comes up from the back. Australia with good possession here. That ball just bounced a little bit high. Might be looking for a possible long distance shot there. Good play here. Hodgson coming through. There's a great ball inside. Here's a chance. Great save by the goalkeeper. And, well, that was important save from Haddo. I'm going to replay that shortly. And Australia coming forward again, and now you just feel starting to put their foot on the pedal a little bit here. First major chance of the match. And almost trying the same move again as well. Lots of movement from the Aussie forwards. And not so much there as Bernal, well, loses the ball and regains it. And just lost the picture there for a second. But we are back.
Timmy, get on the ball. Get Timmy on the ball too late. Bounce, 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 Jordan. pass.
Apologies for we just lost our picture for a short while there, but there was a foul there which you heard very clearly on our effects mics. Let's have a little look at this this opportunity here that Australia had. Beautiful ball in from James McGowan, and well, here's a good shot there from the substitute, but well saved by the England goalkeeper. Shot from Jordan Metcalf, who came on a little bit earlier. And Australia just starting to be a little bit more threatening here in this match. England got a bit of defending to do. Shot from Christopoulos, but never got a good connection on that ball at all. Well, you're very welcome here to join us on our ESFA TV live coverage powered by Utilita of this under-18 Schoolboy International, which has been a really pretty high quality football match, been really enjoyable to watch. Here's that ball again into the England left back position, and it's come, well, Australia definitely finding a little bit of positivity in that area whenever they play the ball there. And it might be something that the England coaching staff might look to try and work around at half time. Going up to the half-hour mark here at Evans Park, the home of Stafford Town FC. Here's a great ball through, and that was just a fraction too far there. That was close. A little bit of weight taken off that would really have been a serious chance for England. Lovely ball. Oloyinka. Lovely little bit of interplay again on the Australian left-hand side. They've had a number of matches here since they arrived. The referee's not going to blow there. Had a couple of narrow defeats to the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, 2-1 and 2-0. And here's an opportunity now. Here's Mpongo looking to come in on the right foot. That's a wonderful tackle there. And the referee's blowing up for something, I'm not sure what. Let's have another look at this again. There was a great foot in there from Kenyatta Bernal, and here's Hanson Pongo. And what an important challenge that was. See that Mpongo was looking to really give that one a bit of a blast with his right foot, but that's what your defensive midfield player is all about, and Christopoulos did a very important job there, clearing up the danger. Watch out, cameraman. Ooh. That was a bit close. Well, response from England there, from Australia's little bit of possession and a couple of half chances. England themselves nearly had something. Australia got players streaming into the box here. This is it was 3-on-3 in the penalty box as that ball was played in. Haddo clears long. Again, Australia picking the ball up. Lachlan Sepping yet again in the middle of it all for Australia. Johnston just looking for support but not getting it early enough. Ethan Warren back to Johnston. Johnston, wonderful ball. That's a ball and a half, and a little bit unlucky there as Carter Lysett just couldn't keep it in, but Australia make a mess of the throw in here. Johnston on the edge of the box was hoping he could swing a leg at that one. And now Australia on the counter, so this game's starting to open up a little bit here. Fairly cagey first 10-15 minutes, and oh, this is brilliant play here. What a goal that is! What a superb goal, and he made it all himself as well. The number 11, he's the substitute, Jordan Metcalf from Epping Boys High School in New South Wales, has put Australia into the lead here. And well, I just said literally seconds ago that this game was starting to open up, and well, there you go, first goal. Here's the replay. Mistake there. Ross Johnston, the captain, who just put a heavy foot on that, and well, what a finish that is from Jordan Metcalf. And a couple of Aussies in the corner there went straight to them to celebrate. See another substitute just coming on here below us, number 12, Reece Osmond is on. I'll try and give you information of who is off. I just haven't had that notification yet. I do have my ESFA TV man on the ground. He's either called Jack or Jake, I'm not sure. I've been given two names, but it begins with a J. Hopefully he'll be giving me that info very shortly. What a goal there for Australia, and they take the lead in. You'd probably say if half-time was coming right now, you'd probably say that's probably deserved, really, on the whole flow of things, but England had just had a possession of maybe 5 minutes with a couple of half chances. Haddo does well to clear there. You always feel for the goalkeepers on these surfaces where the ball doesn't settle so easily. If it's on grass, the ball's going to typically be rolling to you, but on 4G, the ball just does bounce a little bit more. Goalkeeper has to put a foot on those balls before clearing. I think that goal is just what the match needed there. There's no doubt that he was certainly loosening up. England just letting the ball get away from them there as well. Ten minutes to go. So England not putting too much pressure on the Australian backs. Happy to let them try this ball over and over again, and keeper Haddo was just a little bit hesitant there. Managed to make up for it, and he realised that his initial move had put his own player off a little bit, who decided not to pursue, so Haddo had to come out for that. There's an offside. Let's have a look at this goal again from our low-level camera. There's Johnston, heavy touch, and well, the Aussie Jordan Metcalf is in, and what a finish that was. And there you see they all running towards the corner. The crowd here below us. So, I don't know how many parents of Aussies of the Aussie team are actually here who've come over and had a bit of a holiday with it. Obviously
can I
things
get in
not
these
great down
pockets
under,
here,
and
son?
certainly our thoughts are always with our Australian friends down under. It's going to be a very, very difficult situation.
Nice. If we get there, we get
Not only the
Kumion.
loss of life, natural, and of course some human, but just the beautiful Australian landscape. A number of my Facebook friends who live down under posting some quite terrible pictures, and does make you wonder.
Reese back in.
I'm getting a bit political there. We're commentating on a football match here. Let's give myself a slap. So England, goal behind. I feel that there are opportunities for England to have, and maybe a little bit more direct when they have them in the second half, when they get that half chance to be a bit more incisive in front of goals. Good to see that the chip wagon has arrived at Stafford Town. Just saw a guy on the far touchline there getting stuck into his big plate of chips. It is certainly a bit chilly out there. Oh, Haddo does really well to clear that. That was not the sort of back pass that you really want to be giving your goalkeeper. Haddo is actually only 16 years old, so here he is in the under-18 team. He could have another year here. Enjoys basketball as well, and his favourite goalkeeper, Ike Casillas. Yeah, not a bad choice there. So England get the corner, and can they do something here late on in this first half? This is their first corner, sorry, the second corner of the match, but they went short on their first. And they do have a little bit of height in there. Good crowd has developed just below us in the stand. Goalkeeper does well. Janua. Again, Australia pressing. That's superbly done again by Metcalf. It's an appeal there for a penalty. And what's the referee doing here? Well, just a collision off the ball, as you can see. The penalty's not going to be given. Let's have another look at this. Maybe, unfortunately, it was one of those that was had netting right in the way. Oh, two England players actually collided into each other. So, yeah, no penalty there for sure. Whoever appealed on the sidelines didn't get a good view of that. Just like ourselves, actually. The one unfortunate thing with this netting is that there are a few dead spots on the pitch.
Jay, come squirt. Water. How long gone? 5 to go. Oi, next 5, boys. Oi, second. 5 back.
Okay, Jack or Jake, as see a player just coming off there. Hope he's got all his teeth there. That looked like quite a nasty one. Just catching up on a few of the Aussie subs here, which I've just been given an update. So when we saw 12 coming on earlier, and it was number 5, Jay McGowan, who came off. 12 being Reese Osmond, and then number 2 came off, Sasha Kozewski, and it was number 9 that came on, Connor Rose. So that's a bit of the admin caught up with. The important bit of admin is Australia lead 1-0 here. That great goal from Jordan Metcalf, who was our first substitute on the pitch when Jack Bertie got himself an injury. Good play here from England. We need to get bodies in the box now. Carter Lysett. Here's Bernal. Little 1-2 with Johnston. Santos, Johnston. So England go back and start again. Yinka. Yinka tries to take on his man, and that's not the most tidy of challenges there from Sasha Kozewski, who I was told had come off, but he's actually still on. So I think one of our substitutions is wrong there. Well, we've got a little bit of injury time to play out, so there will be some added time here for sure.
Go, Jordy, go, Jordy! Jordy, sit!
Again, both teams, you feel there's more goals in this match. I feel that both midfields, the attacking sense and the forward line feel quite confident having a go at the opposition. So England certainly getting a fair little bit of possession.
Side!
Okay, I just had a correction from my earlier sub, so it was Connor Rose, number 9, that went off, and Sasha Kozewski who came on, not the other way around. Clock's turned red. I don't think there's a board being held up down below, but in my estimation I'd be thinking about 3 or 4 minutes of injury time in this first half.
Dimmy track!
Been a good game, this has. Australia get a bit of fortune with that ricochet. Looks like Jack Bertie, who went off injured earlier on, looks like he may be coming back on.
Jordan, just slide to me. Just delay, Jordan, don't jump.
Down below.
And track. good.
Just see him at the bottom of our screen there.
Good, Joy, excellent.
Yeah, it looks like the Australians are certainly using the rotating substitutes regularly here. So 11 is back on, Jack Bertie, and I think that was Russell Osmond who came off. I think that was sorry, Reece Osmond, number 12, who came off there. I'm officially told it was number 7. I'll double check that. Jordan Metcalf, the goal scorer. So the whistle goes for half time, and it's been a really enjoyable match between two very good footballing teams. It's been played in a great spirit. There's been half chances either side. You can see the coaching staff there certainly geeing up. There's obviously going to be a few substitutions probably from both teams during the half-time break. But it has been a really good start in this under-18 Schoolboys international game. Half-time score here. Evans Park, it's England 0, Australia 1. Let's have a little look at a few highlights through this first half. Here was first major chance here for Australia. What a great ball that in was from Jay McGowan, and it was Metcalf who, well, he nearly got his name on the score sheet before he actually did. McGowan here, what a beautiful ball this is, great view, completely sold the England number 5, Thomas Duffy, and it was the goalkeeper, Hadjo, who made a great save. England had a few half chances. This was one that was so close. I just felt that ball just ran away. If that had been on grass perhaps, maybe that would have come out a little bit better. You get a better view here from ground level. Great ball there from the outside of the foot from Mpongo, and Bernal almost on the end of that. And here's another half chance just a couple of minutes later. Again, Bernal in the thick of things gets the foot in, and Mpongo, what brilliant, that's Kostopoulos who got a foot in and cleared the danger away. But this was the big moment as Metcalf goes in on the England captain, on Johnston, and a vicious shot. There you see some of the fans in the corner cheering away as England go one behind. What a finish that was from Metcalf. We'll be back for the second half very shortly. But the half-time score here is England 0, Australia 1.
Yellow ticket 84628. Yeah, preparation, whoever won that. Anyway, the next one is for the bottle whiskey. White ticket 716-720. Next one for a bottle of wine.
you all for taking part. Narrow ticket 956 to 960. Last one, off the whiskey. Right ticket. Good job. 371 to 375 on the right. Thank you very much. If you come and see me at the big room, we'll give you your prizes. I'll put a note on the board. A big thanks to our helpers and the gate men and the door and the gate people and everybody else in the room there at the back. Thank you very much. We hope you enjoy the second half. And a safe journey home to all of you. Thank you.
right back.
Yeah.
So you haven't done what?
Well, I've just seen a few. There's been a little bit hectic on the substitution side of things by the looks of it. I can see the Australian number 4 has got his jacket on, Nathan Grimaldi. So he's hugely impressive at the back. So they're making a few changes. I see England number 12, Charlie Dickerson from Norfolk. Is he may be coming on. I'm just. Yeah, he's on. Looks like the reserve goalkeeper is coming on below us. There's number 14, Taylor Richardson, also stripped to come on. Also Cameron Pike from Somerset. So 12, 14, also number 10, Ben Ray, coming on. I'll get you details of who's actually they are on for as soon as I can. There's the goalkeeper substitution below us as well. It's of course both teams want to win, but also you want to give all your players as much time on the pitch as possible. Well, the all-important raffle has taken place during half-time, so the draw's been made. You can hear that on the loudspeaker here as we get ready for the second half. There's England goalkeeper Cameron Pike, who's come on, gives a thumbs up to the referee. Kick off. Always good to see the referee checking that the goalie's got his gloves on, and he's just come on. So here we go, second half underway. Australia with that Jordan Metcalf goal in their pocket. He's still on the bench at the moment by the looks of it. But one thing we've seen from this Australian team is how good they are at chasing down the ball. When England do play a crossfield ball, it is never easy controlling the ball on 4G, maybe first time, and Australia are definitely playing on that. And here you see again 3 players around the ball. It's almost like Barcelona sometimes. So many players chasing down the ball, and there's a little nudge off the ball on number 8, Caleb Jackson Brown from Westfield Sports High School in New South Wales, and Lachlan Sepping, who's been a very busy young man in this match, and captain for Australia. He's lining up to take this free kick. Has a little chat with Sasha Kozewski. As the ball is swung in with a lot of action on there, and that will be a corner, I think. Yes.
Guys, for size. Run.
And Sepping is going to go and take the corner kick as well with that left foot. Swerved in a little bit Beckham-esque there, didn't it? I've been told that the England number 8 has come off, so Ross Johnston is one of the players off. Sepping looks to swing this one in. And good safe pair of hands from Pike there. I think Sepping possibly aware that Pike is fresh on the pitch, so he's giving him a little early tester, and Pike did well. It's one of our David Pereira, actually, another England sub. So we saw a few come on. Pereira wasn't one of them. He was already standing on the pitch, so it looks like England have just about brought all their substitutes on now, and Pereira is on. He's come on for Hanson Pongo. Also coming off was Max Blenko, the number 6 from Sussex, and he's come off, and number 2 Matthew Wade is on from Durham. So It looks like every single England substitute is now on. A real big change around here. A lot of pressure right in that 6-yard box there. And well, the corner wasn't the best in the world, but caught a few of the England defence out, and Australia get a shot on goal. Looks like there's a good bunch of Australian supporters. I don't know this, but it looks like Australia have got a younger squad here as well, behind that left-hand goal, who've come to cheer on their team. We saw the celebration after the first goal. There was only 2 or 3 of them there. There's a lot more of them ready to celebrate any second goal. Other players coming off. Michael Oloyinka, number 16, is off, and he was replaced by Ben Ray, number 10 of Durham. This is a good pressure here. There's an opportunity in a foot, and it's, well, in the end it's gone wide, but that was good play there from England, putting real pressure on at the back. England playing a longer ball for a change there, won by Brad Santos in the air, and then the substitute, number 14, Taylor Richardson from Durham, just got a little foot in there, and that one was not far away at all. England certainly perking up a little bit. Here's Richardson again. Let's have another little look at that. There's the flick on from Santos, and well, the ball's bouncing up high, and William Pearce, number 15 for Australia, just not really sure what to do there. It's probably one of the worst things for a centre half to be involved with, when your back's to the goal, the ball's bouncing up in the air around your throat. Your goalkeeper's not really coming out to deal with the situation. And there you see Pike there did deal with that situation pretty well. Well, Australia again playing the pressing game up front and winning the throw. Only 5 minutes gone in the second half, and there's been a lot of action already. Excellent chance for England. Australia have had a half chance. Much to the Australian concern, that throw was given to England, but again they've not been good at some of these defensive throws, and again it's given away. Good pressure again from midfield. The referee decided a little bit too much on that occasion from Lachlan Sepping. Thomas Duffy. Number 15, Pereira, who's come on. He may have come on for Mpongo, but he's playing a central midfield role, so he's basically replaced Ross Johnston, the captain in that area. Kenyatta Burnell from Cheshire is one of the other players who's made way. Thank you to Jack for filling me in on all the players coming on and off, and also Lucas Garb from Merseyside, the final player to make way. 6 England changes at half-time there, so basically half a team has changed. But we do have rolling substitutes, so every chance those players will come back on. And again, the Australia pressure. And it was Pereira getting totally caught out there. And Pereira managing to win the ball back, and that was an important interception. Good crossfield ball. Here's Ray. And that ball goes out for a corner. It's been very entertaining so far. A little shout out for a short corner, but change of mind. Lifted in, and oh, that's a real chance for England there. The header just needed a little skim on it, rather than he got a bit too much on this. That one's played over, and that really was an excellent opportunity there. There's Australia with the counter-attack. Definitely an open game. This is England with the major chances so far. Two half chances for them to tie up this match. There's Ethan Warren, who's got the captain's armband for this second half. A lad from Norfolk. Norfolk have two players in the team on the pitch at the moment. Charlie Dickerson, number 12, also from Norfolk. There's Pereira from Staffordshire, so he's the second local man. Good hustling from England there. That was Brad Santos, who's pretty much doing what Australia have been doing to the England back line all match. Richardson, good cross in. Nobody actually on the end of that. Not sure some of the other England players were actually expecting that ball to be crossed in. Matthew Wade from Durham. England definitely having a little purple patch at the moment, and Taylor Richardson and Brad Santos, number 11 and 14, have really been in the thick of things for England. First 10 minutes gone, and I feel if there's one team going to score at the moment, it is going to be the team in white. Reece Wiley plays it in well, and there's another half chance. Just kicked at the final second. Let's have a look at this one again. Wiley gets in. Lovely little move there, and on another day that would be in the back of the goal. That was just miscued. Something's what's happening down on the touchline. Looks like we've got another substitution going on here. Number 9 for Australia is back on, Connor Rose. As we get back to the action, and number 12 is off, Reece Osmond. So of course we are working on schools football rules with rolling substitutions all the way up to under 18s, which is it is great to see. We saw an injury early on for one of the Aussie players, for Jack Bertie, and he's now back on the pitch. You can just see there at the front of the screen, number 11. Interesting watching how the Aussies sort of hunting they're like a wolf pack really, the way they hunt down the ball and They just look for a slight weakness and suddenly there'll be 3 players in and around, but that's a good bit of play from England. Cleared away. He just cleared our lines for a second. Santos with a flick on. There, but very interesting to see, from our main camera how Australia do. Always hunting down a slight miscontrol or a slight mispass, and when that happens, Australia are right in there. There'll be 3 or 4 players hunting in and around the ball. Really interesting to see. Pereira under a little bit of pressure there from Jackson Brown. There's a good ball, and there's a shot, and it's a goal! Equaliser for England. And you've got to say, that has been coming all the way through this second half. "15 minutes on the clock here in this second half. Lovely little bit of interplay here. And it's Ethan Warren who's got the captain's armband. He plants that one away into the corner. Beautiful bit of composure there. And well, Australia may be losing their composure. That one's just gone straight out of play. Let's have another look at this again from a low level. That's a wonderful little touch ball from Ben Ray, and well, Warren, superb finish. Game on. Still half an hour to go in his under-18 Schoolboy International. Brought to you by ESFA TV, powered by Utilita. England really have been the dominant force in this second half. And here's another opportunity on the right-hand side again. Slightly misplaced ball. Santos was, well, one good ball there, and he was in on goal. Well, the ball was then delayed and then played behind him. Santos has, don't know what he was on in the first half. I don't know what's been said to him, but he's definitely perked up massively. He was busy in the first half, but he's just getting a lot more support now, and he's really making things happen in this second half. He's going to be somebody that we'll keep an eye out for in the Centenary Shield matches to come. Both of England's home games will be streamed live on ESFA TV, powered by Utilita. Of course, many thanks to our sponsors at Utilita who make this coverage possible. Santos again, lovely first time ball. It doesn't hang loose at all. He's definitely become a central figure in this second half for England. Santos again. Probably had more touches in this second half than he did in the whole of the first. We're only 16 minutes in. Well, that one's overrun, but Australia at the moment a little bit shell-shocked. They've made some changes themselves, and well, perhaps some of their changes have not worked out as well as the England changes have. Sepping just coming back a little bit more. He's superb in the first half. In this, he's really sort of working up and down. He's your real box-to-box player. Looking to cut it back, and England block it away. It was the Australian number 10 5 years ago. It's amazing how you have a memory for these sort of things. It was the Australian number 10 who got the man of the match 5 years ago in this fixture, and I think that player is now playing in America in the MLS, and he was tremendous box to box, very similar style to Sepping. He's a lot of work clearing up at the back, but he's also trying to form the attacks up at the other end of the pitch as well. There's a good cross, well played. Pike, early ball out. What a touch from Santos that is.
What, Brad?
Santos showing he's got a bit of pace as well as the touch, and eventually he's brought down. The referee says play on now, and he will come back in the end. Well, really great play there from Santos. There's been a big difference. I've said it a few times. Australia looked it. It's a poor ball though. Given up there by the number 9. I was just having a little look through the results at the Australian team. They've been here since they arrived on the 10th of January, and well, they lost 1-0 to the Independent Schools FA team in their first match. Possibly still a bit jet lagged. They'd only been in the country 48 hours. Had a 3-3 draw with the Welsh Colleges under-19s team. A 0-0 draw against the Welsh Schools FA, and then over to Ireland. 2 close defeats, 2-1 to the Republic of Ireland, followed by 2 days later a 2-0 loss to Northern Ireland, who currently have got a very strong under-18 setup, really strong school setup over in Northern Ireland. But a big 1-0 win against Scotland just a few days ago, and of course that massive 8-1 victory only yesterday against the Fleetwood Academy. But this England team, very good team themselves. 2 very good teams here on the pitch today. And England's warm-up match, a 4-1 victory against the RAF under-23s.
This way, Matty, this way, Matty!
You probably picked that up on the audio on the webcast, but very strong Australian accent there, shouting out that the England number 10 Ben Ray is being allowed to go wherever he wants. England have certainly got a bit more urgency about themselves here. Let's have a little look at this skill here from Santos. This was a little bit earlier actually, while they get ready for the free kick. What a touch that is! And you sense that he could easily just be holding the ball up and looking to try and get himself positioned, but his persistence gave England a real half opportunity there. Here's Carter Lysick, left foot, free kick, far post, a free header at the far post. Australia, Jack Bertie has to clear, but there's no support. England have got players everywhere it seems at the moment. Pressure from Taylor Richardson there on Jack Bertie, and England get the throw. There's definitely a few Australians out there still keeping warm. I'm pretty sure that we may see a couple of Aussie subs coming very shortly. So at the moment, what's going on out there is not working out too well for them. They probably need to make a couple of quick changes. The referee being very sharp there, giving a free kick for that. Halfway through the second half, 22.5 minutes to go. It's England 1, Australia 1. Linesman agrees. We'll have another corner kick here. As it's starting to get quite dark out there. I don't know, 22 minutes to go. It's our cameras are very good at disguising this. We've obviously got the floodlights on. But pretty sure the sun has gone down and it is just starting to get a little bit dusky out there. Pereira does exceptionally well. That's superb skill from Pereira. Here's Ray, who we heard earlier, the Aussie coaches were trying to get their players to get a handle on the England number 10. And sounds like we're going to have a substitution here. If we can... let's have a little look down the sideline. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few Australians. Oh, actually, well, what do I know? We've got a whole raft of English players coming on. 6, 8, 9. Oh, goodness me. It's a good job we're not doing graphics on this one, because I think we'd run out of graphics abilities. Right, there's a lot of players coming on, there's a lot of players going off. I'll just say that I do have 6, 7, 8 and 9 are coming on. So that is Max Blenko 6, Kenyatta Bernal 7, there's Blenko, 8 is Ross Johnson, and 9 Hans Mpongo. And I will tell you at some stage who is going off. In fact, I do have the list, but very well done, thank you. My support team are doing a great job. So 3, 4 and 5 are off, who are Carter Lysett, Ethan Warren and Thomas Duffy, who basically played the whole of the match. So good tactics here. You know, we are a quarter of the way through, 3/4 of the way through this match. So obviously this was already pre-arranged with the England players, and well, I've given a big credit. Brad Santos obviously knew that he'd only got a half of this second half to play. He put everything out there because he's just been brought off, having known that he was going to come off for the final 20. I must also mention, I haven't mentioned, Australia's made a substitution in there as well, but I've misplaced their number. I'll come back to that shortly. There's Jack McLaughlin, number 3 for Australia, shouting out for the ball at left back. And England seem to be just fitter and stronger here at the moment. I just wonder if it's the... I did mention very early on in this match that obviously this squad will have played a full match 24 hours ago. There is a substitution taking place down below us. I don't know if our low-level camera can show us what's going on down here. That's the Aussie substitution. Number 5, Jay McGowan is back on, and I'll get you details of who came off any second. It's a lovely ball over the top, and that good shot on target from Connor Rose. Well, the Aussies haven't really done much in the second half so far, but there's a little warning shot there from Rose. Been a really enjoyable match, this has. Well, he says offside. People in the crowd are saying no. I don't know, can we tell? Here we go. We have got, I know it's not VAR. Well, I think he's just off. It's hardly VAR, it's slowing the slow motion down so much, but it is, that did look just offside. I'm sure VAR would have given it. For those of you down under in Australia, obviously there's a lot of discussion about VAR in the Premier League. I'm sure you watch some Premier League games from down under. We haven't brought it in on ESFA TV yet, but maybe someday. Free kicks given to Australia. 17 minutes to go. The match finally balanced. Who will put their mark on this game? Certainly England have been superb in this second half. And again, the pressure from England. They nearly gained the throw. And again, nearly got the throw, but it really has been a role reversal in this second half. It was the Australian number 14, Will Hodgson, from St Aloysius College in New South Wales, who came off. Or Jake McGowan, who from Sylvania High School in North South Wales. Well, England looking very comfortable here. Certainly a lot more space of them on the pitch in the Australian half. They never had this sort of room in the first half. And I only wonder whether maybe some of the Australian players have just hit the wall a little bit after yesterday's match. Oh, good save from Pike. Pereira. Certainly looks like a little bit of energy has dropped from the Australian team. So that one just being skewed wide by Taylor Richardson, who's taken this right-hand side wing role that Santos held a little bit earlier. Less than 15 minutes to go here in this under-18 Schoolboy International. Pike plays up really quickly, caught everybody out, including his own players. McLaughlin played inside. Some real good football being played here by both teams. Australia looking to just plant the ball up front. Oh, here's an opportunity. Oh, that was so close. We'll speed that one up. That was our offside from earlier. That was why that's so slow. Let's just speed that up a little bit. Here's the half opportunity. Australia just, well, they're launching the ball up. Probably not with the accuracy that we saw in the first half. But they do have bodies up front, of course, and they are going to be dangerous. England pushing forward, seeing if they can get the winner. Oh, lovely skills on that right wing from number 5, Jay McGowan. Sepping. too much on that one. It will be a goal kick. Real difference between these two halves from the England team. So much more comfortable on the ball in this second half. Pierre, as my commentator's curse nearly strikes again as Pereira just kicked the ground for a second there. Managed to recover. Australia definitely defending in the two banks of four, and that's a dangerous one. And I think it was Bernal who, Mpongo was just getting in behind the last defender there. Made the defender put a head on that ball. You can see the England players are sensing victory here. And can Australia give them a sucker punch and get the ball on? Here's the counter-attack move, and Australia had plenty of players up for that one. They could be caught themselves on the counter-attack. There's 5 players up front for Australia there on the push. Ten minutes to go here at Evans Park in Stafford, just north of Birmingham in the centre of the country. Free kick from Kusevski. Easily handled by the England defence though. You do sense that Australia have just run out a bit of steam here. Shot from distance. Pike certainly not being troubled much at all. Made one good save, sharp save, but one that he would certainly have expected to have saved. Would have been very disappointed had it gone in. Here's Richardson. And a free kick. Just have a look at. Here's the Australian goal much earlier on today. Sorry, that wasn't the Australian goal. That was a great save. We'll come back to that in a second. Johnston with the kick. Stepping. England putting pressure on. Oh, lovely little interplay. Bernal, can he keep it in? No, just too strong. Well, I did try and show you earlier, but this is the first goal of the match. This is the Australian goal. Superb play, and then here's the England goal. Lovely little pass through, and what a finish this is from Warne. I'm not sure what the delay is. Is there a substitution perhaps? Goalkeeper seems to be just all waiting here. What's going on? Yes, there we go. Number 16 and 17 are on for the Australians. Bailey Ratcliffe from the Matthew Flinders Anglican College in Queensland, and 17 William Brown from Chancellor State College, also in Queensland. So in fact those are the only 2 Queensland players. Always a real mess here. This has really gone wrong, and oh, somehow Australia don't convert. We'll have another look at that in a second. I was just looking at the team sheet there and looked up, and suddenly it's an absolute dog's dinner in that penalty box for a second there from England. I was going to call it something worse. Got to remember, this is schoolboy football I'm covering. Well, let's have a look at this again. What happened here? I just do not know. England are playing the ball in and around the back. There's a miss hit. The goalkeeper half comes and half decides not to. And then, well, on another day that could even have been a penalty itself. I'm sure there was contact there. That was a beautifully played ball across, and you were waiting for the back of the net to bulge there, weren't you? 5 minutes to go. Australia, having been under the cosh for the whole of the second half, almost take the lead again. Richardson, he's got players in the box if he can get this one in. Just hesitated. And Australia have got players back now to recover. Richardson again. Good play from Richardson. Tries to play through to Mpongo, but that's a superb interception. And another loose ball. Pereira's found the gap. Richardson. Nobody really in the box though. A late comer from Mpongo. England really putting the pressure on there. Goalkeeper gets involved, and the goalkeeper does really well. What a great passage of play. This game has totally opened up now. We've seen chances at both ends. This game could be 2-2 in no time at all. 5 minutes to go. Do not be surprised if this match doesn't end 1-1 with only 5 minutes to go. I do sense that both teams feel they can win this, and both teams are pushing players forward on the attack. England have got 8 players pushing forward. There's 6 in and around the box here for England. They're definitely putting numbers up. Here's Pereira. Is he going to... Showing that he's tempted to have a go from long distance, but doesn't. Wiley. Back to Wade. Good football here from England. And Richardson tried to play that one in along the ground. And didn't pay off for him. Bernal's just brought to the ground.
Kenny's fucking down.
Well, here's our first cramp of the day. We've done well, 86 minutes on the clock, and this is our first cramp. Yeah, the referee just giving the 4 fingers to one of the players who asked how long was left. It was on that, in fact it looks like Bernal might not have any further play in this match, so it looks like we're going to have a substitution. Just on that previous, the 2 Aussie substitutes that just took place, with number 16 and 17, Ratcliffe and Brown coming on. The 2 players that went off were Caleb Jackson-Brown from Westfield Sports High School in New South Wales, and Connor Rhodes from St Leo's Catholic College in New South Wales. Well, they're working on Bernal a little bit here, so it looks like they don't want to be bringing him off. Perhaps the England players on the sidelines, there isn't anybody ready to come on, I don't know. It looks like that looks like somebody who's not going to take any further part in this match, to be honest.
Good boy. Last couple. To play on the same Yeah, good. Good, Bono. Second! Don't foul, don't foul. Throw your line, look at it. Second ball, second! Give it! Give it! Central!
Well, both teams come out of this with their heads held high for sure. It's been an absolutely cracking match. Certainly got a bit scrappy there for sure, there's no doubt about that. Throw-ins being given away and what have you, but here we are with well, surely only seconds left to go. And Pongo gets the free kick. Brilliant pressure from the Hampshire lad. And well, here we are. This surely, looking at the clock, this surely has to be the last chance in this match. England have got 6 in the box for this. They've certainly got bodies in there, and the handball is given. All a bit of an anticlimax, really, that was. We will try and get a few words with the coaches after the match if we can. Yes, apparently you lost my commentary for a little while on our coverage. Apologies for that. I accidentally turned my mic off without realising. For some people, that's probably a benefit. Here's a chance for Osmond, who's certainly been very active since he came back on. But there is the final whistle. And the crowd here, rightly so, as you can hear, a big round of applause, because that was a really good match. You can see the Aussies are absolutely done for. Whoever did the schedule of giving them a game yesterday against Fleetwood Academy possibly maybe asked not to do that again before the biggest match on their tour against England. There's no doubt that they certainly flagged in the second half, and it was the tale of two halves for sure, but it's lovely to see some great sportsmanship out there, and both players will be thrilled really, having been involved in such a great game between two good footballing sides. England will certainly be jollied for their Centenary Shield campaign, which will be starting in about a month's time. And the final score, 1-1 between these two teams. Well, let's have a little look at the two goals here. As here you see what a finish that was. Let's have a look from the lower camera. That's a great steal there from Jordan Metcalf, who had been involved in quite a few moves for the Aussies, but this was the England equaliser, and they'd been deserving of it. We were 15 minutes into the second half. What a finish this was from Ethan Warren. Straight into the corner. And lots of chances either side, but at the end of the day, it finished 1-1 here. We are going to try and get a few words with both coaches if we can. Always nice to hear what they've got to think, and they've got to say on the matter, as both teams are just having their post-match little discussion. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here on ESFA TV, powered by Utilita. We've got plenty more action to come. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel.
I don't think.
Turn on your notifications for Facebook, because there's going to be loads of live football here over the coming months as we get all our major schools finals. And of course our Centenary Shield matches will all be covered. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here. My name's Adrian Battersby, and on behalf of the ESFA TV crew, thank you for watching. We are going to get a couple of interviews, so if you do want to hear the interviews with both coaches, do stay tuned. We will keep the stream going as we hope to get a few words with the coaches.
1-2, 1-2.
Well, as promised, we managed to get the England coach. I'm just waiting for a thumbs up from our cameraman, and we can hand downstairs as soon as we're ready. It'll be interesting to hear the thoughts of Richie Alderson. As you can see, the night starts to draw in. Okay, let's hand downstairs to Richie Alderson.
The England Schoolboys manager, Richie Alderson. So 1-1 draw with Australia Schoolboys. What's your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it was a very good game. You could say it was a game of two halves. Obviously, first half, the Australians, we knew what to expect, but technically very good. You know, it's very hard when you're playing against a team that have been together for a few weeks, obviously trained together a lot, set plays, and, you know, obviously in possession, going through the thirds, technically very good. And, like, you know, better than last season, to be honest, which was a tough game last year. But a lot of rotation from them, very difficult to mark. So we sort of knew what to expect, and I think we weathered the storm for about 20 minutes in the first half. Tried to keep it compact, tried to tuck the wide players in, tried to make a 4-5-1 just to make it difficult for them. But I thought second half, the way we came out was much better, basically because we said, you know, we've really got to have a go at these lads and press them a bit higher. And that's what you saw in the first 20 minutes, and hence why we got back into the game. And to be honest, second half we were much better. So I'm really pleased with the second half.
So moving forward, looking towards the Centenary Shield, what do you think you could maybe improve on, looking ahead?
I think it comes with time. I think the more times that we train together, the understanding, the partnerships with each other, the full-backs, you know, the centre-halves together, working on set plays, working through the thirds. There's so much to work on, and we haven't got much time to do it. Obviously, when we go to PSV, we've got 4-5 days working together, which will certainly benefit us. But yeah, I just think it's a good exercise and it was a good game. And also you've got to think, well, one each against a very good team. You know, good result really, considering that's a second game. So yeah, there's still plenty to improve on, but confident we've got enough. I would like to think we can improve in the final third in terms of quality. You know, crosses, shots, opportunities to shoot at times. But that hopefully will come in time.
So you say overall you're pretty happy with that?
Yes, I am. Yeah, second half, much better. First half, probably watch it again on TV and think, oh, got a lot to work on. But, you know, the lads have showed character, resilience and, you know, the willingness to win the game. And a little bit of luck in the end. Something could have dropped, we could have quite easily won the game. But quite lucky not to lose the game as well. So a good game overall.
All right, cheers, thanks for your time.
Well, great to hear the views there of Richie Alderson, and pretty much confirming what we talked about as well, weathering the storm. And the fact that one thing I didn't really mention in commentary but was absolutely right is that these Australians have been together for the last 2 weeks solid. They've played a lot of games together, they've got used to each other, and of course the England lads have really just had a few training sessions. They had the match against the RAF, and that's been pretty much it. So weirdly enough, the Aussie team are very much got used to each other and are familiar with playing with each other. As you can see there, the Australians are just having their photo taken as the England players have headed into the changing rooms. Okay, well we've got an Australian presence down at ground level. I'm not sure who this is. It's not the person we spoke to pre-match, but let's hand downstairs.
Ready? So I'm here with Alex Watson, the Australia Schoolboys manager. What was your thoughts on the game, Alex?
Really impressed by the quality from both sides. I thought both teams played some good football. My opinion, the first half, I believe we had a real good hold in the game. Second half, full credit to the English side. They were able to get between our lines, they were able to face forward a little bit easier, and the goal they took was first class.
What do you think the Australia team did well in the game?
I thought our discipline and our defensive block was quite well. We've been working on trying to get the ball forwards quicker. Been trying to work on some vertical play, and I thought we were able to execute that well in the first half. I also thought we showed some really good decision making in the first half of when to keep the ball as opposed to when to look to go forward and behind.
And you're approaching the end of your tour now. How's the experience been, and how's today? How did you play compared to the rest of the tour?
I'd say today's probably been the best we've played. We've had it's been a challenging time, challenging due to the travel, challenging due to the lack of recovery time. It's basically play a game, get on a bus, have a night's sleep, play again, get on a bus. So it's been tough physically, it's been tough mentally for some of the boys. However, it's been an exceptionally rewarding experience for all of them, and myself as well. I've learned quite a lot about myself, quite a lot about myself as a football coach while I've been away.
Okay, thank you very much, and good luck with the rest of your tour.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Well, great to hear the words there from Alex Watson, and always interesting to hear what the coaches have to say. As we're going to wrap things up here, we've really enjoyed bringing you this top-class Schoolboy International. What a game that was. Really enjoyed it. It finished 1-1, but it really was a great game of football between two very strong teams. There's plenty more action to come. Centenary Shield, national finals, loads. Just keep an eye on the YouTube channel and subscribe to ESFA TV, powered by Utilita. Many thanks to Utilita for making these productions, these shows possible. Thank you all for watching, and it's good night from Stafford.